Welcome to the Greenhorn Travelers channel.
Every travel guide you read will tell you not to visit Tarkarli in the monsoon. The beaches are grey, they say. The sea is rough. The scuba operators shut down. What none of them tell you is what happens on the road to get there, because that road, through the rain-drenched heart of the Western Ghats, is one of the most quietly extraordinary drives in all of India. It begins in Kolhapur. Most people know Kolhapur for two things, its wrestlers and its chapel. But the city has a third reputation, one that locals speak of with a certain quiet pride. It sits at the edge of the Deccan Plateau, where the land begins to tilt westward toward the Arabian Sea. On a monsoon morning, that tilt is everything. Clouds that have spent themselves over the plateau gather again at the Sahyadri crest, and the air smells of wet soil and something older. The black stone temples, the sugarcane fields, the river running brown and fast through town. The Mahalakshmi temple, dedicated to the goddess Ambabai, is packed even on a Tuesday. Devotees come regardless of weather. The monsoon, they will tell you, is an auspicious time. From Kolhapur, the road climbs. The highway southwest is unremarkable at first, flat, straight, the kind of road that lets your mind wander. Then the gradient kicks in and everything changes. You are entering Amboli Ghat, and Amboli does not do things by half measures. This is not a famous ghat. It does not have the name recognition of Bhor or Mahabaleshwar. But among the people who study rainfall, Amboli is spoken of with a kind of reverence. It receives over 7,000 millimeters of rain each year, making it one of the 5 wettest places in India. In peak monsoon, which is exactly when you are here, the numbers are almost abstract. What you see instead are the facts on the ground, waterfalls appearing from nowhere, tumbling off rock faces that were bone dry in April. The road glistens. The forest on either side is so green it looks artificial, every shade from lime to emerald packed together in a wall of leaves. Stop the car at Amboli itself and you will find a hill station that time has been kind to. There are no luxury resorts, no themed restaurants, no Instagram-optimized viewpoints with crowds 3 deep. There is a small market where women sell fresh coconut and forest flowers. There is a waterfall called Hiranyakeshi, named for the river goddess, that drops into a pool surrounded by mossy boulders. In the off-season, maybe a handful of visitors. In the monsoon, almost none. The mist comes and goes in waves, erasing the valley below, then returning it. This is the Konkan secret that nobody sells you. The descent from Amboli brings you into a different world entirely. The plateau gives way to coastal lowland, and the light changes, softer, more diffuse, filtered through layers of cloud. The road passes through Sawantwadi, a town famous for its lacquerware, where artisans have been painting traditional wooden toys and boxes since the time of the local Sawant Bhonsle kings. The royal palace still stands here, modestly proportioned, overlooking a small artificial lake where lotus flowers open even in the rain. It is worth stopping for half an hour, not for any single monument but for the feeling of a town that has not yet decided to become a tourist destination. From Sawantwadi, the road bends toward Malvani. And here, the sea begins to assert itself. Malvani is where the Konkan coast shows its personality most plainly. The fishing boats are pulled up on the beach, they do not go out in heavy monsoon swell, and the town settles into its off-season rhythm. Fisherwomen sort dried fish in doorways. Tea shops fill with men playing cards. The air is thick with salt and the smell of Malvani cooking, a cuisine built around the coconut, the kokum, and the fish, in that order. Malvani fish curry is not like any curry you have had elsewhere. The base is fresh coconut, ground with red Kashmiri chilies and a spice paste that each family guards with the seriousness of a state secret. On the side, always, is sol kadhi, a pale pink drink made from kokum and coconut milk, mildly sour, cooling, the digestive that the Konkan coast has offered strangers for centuries. You drink it at the end of the meal, and it tastes like the place itself, not dramatic, not sweet, just right. And then, at last, Tarkarli. The beach in Monsoon is not the beach you have seen in photographs. The famous blue-green water, the water so clear that scuba operators use it as their whole marketing strategy, is replaced by grey-green swells, churning and powerful. The crowds are gone. The beach shacks are shuttered. What remains is the beach in its unmediated state, wide and clean, the sand dark with moisture, the Arabian Sea doing what it does when no one is asking it to be photogenic. Offshore, barely visible through the sea mist, is Sindhudurg Fort. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj built this fort between 1664 and 1667 on a tidal island, and the construction was extraordinary even by the standards of his other projects. The foundations were poured with lead to bond the stones against the sea. Freshwater springs were engineered inside the walls so a garrison could hold out indefinitely. The fort walls follow the irregular contour of the island rather than a geometric plan, which meant attacking ships could never get a clean cannon angle on any single section. It is a masterpiece of strategic intelligence disguised as a pile of old stones. From the shore, in the monsoon mist, the fort looks like something from a story, dark, immovable, built for a world where the sea was an adversary to be outwitted rather than a backdrop for beach holidays. That is Tarkarli in September. Not the brochure. Not the scuba package. Something older and stranger and, if you are willing to meet it on its own terms, far more worth remembering. The road back through Amboli will be wet again. It will always be wet in this season. But the waterfalls will still be there, and the forest will still be impossibly green, and somewhere below Amboli the clouds will part for exactly 3 minutes and you will see the coastal plain laid out beneath you like a map, glistening in the light that comes after rain. You will stop the car without thinking. You always do, on drives like this.
Please leave a comment to share your thoughts and queries.